Hello and happy new year, happy 2020, new decade. Wow, unbelievable. Can you believe it? It only seemed like yesterday we turned into the new century 2000. Oh my goodness, where did those 20 years go? I don't know. But it's 2020. And it's time to think about what's our vision for 2020. And I don't know, but if you're like me and you wear glasses, 2020 vision is not something that comes naturally. Because without my glasses, I don't know. I actually don't know what it is. But I'm a long way off 2020 vision. And I'm not entirely sure that even with the glasses I get my 2020 vision. But be that as it may, we have to look through the lens and see what we're planning. What are we doing for 2020? What's that look like? I know for me, I'm building up my team. I've got a new book that I'm launching this year. I've got new products coming out this year. I've got a raft of things happening this year. Really exciting, very excited. And, you know, I've sat down and I've spent the time over the holidays not only reflecting on what happened in 2019, which was pretty amazing, but also looking at what do I want 2020 to be. 2020's got such an awesome ring to it. Like, I don't know, I just think this is amazing. But it's a great time to start the year off the way we want. And yeah, it's not about New Year's resolutions. I don't believe in that. It's about setting goals. Goals that are achievable, goals that, you know, might be a little bit of a stretch, but they can't be things that you think are impossible. They have to be realistic. And so your vision for 2020 and beyond still needs to be realistic as to what you're capable of doing, what's within your power to do. And look, things might take off and do amazing things, and I hope they do. But I also hope that one of the things you put on your vision for 2020 is to get a better handle on your numbers. I know, sorry. But understanding your numbers is so important. And I just know that if you put that on your list of things to do, how much better 2020 can look for you. Before Christmas, I had a meeting with a fellow really successful guy. He's been in business for, 20 years, a long time. And he was asking me a little bit about what I do. And he said, you know what? Yeah, numbers aren't my thing. He said, I set up this business, and I think he said 20 years ago, we'll call it 20 years ago, with my business partner. And he looks after all the numbers. I said, oh, but that's really great. And he said, but he said, once a month, my sales manager gives me the sales figures, so I know what the income is. He said, and every so often, my business partner tells me what the monthly expenses are. And he said, I can't believe how much money we spend. Like, for a sort of I think his words, for a little business, we spend a lot of money. But, he's been going for decades. And I have no doubt that it's a profitable business and it's doing well. And I said to him, well, as the owner of the business, you're in a different situation to a lot of people that I work with, in that they don't have a business partner who's looking after the numbers. Most of the people I work with, are you without the business partner. And so you're very lucky you've got someone who's looking after that, so you can concentrate on what you're doing. But I still think you need to know not just what money's coming in each month, but you need to know what money's gone out. Because you need to know that you're making a profit. And it's good for you to know that X dollars came in and X dollars went out, and this is where you're at. And he said to me, you know what? I'm going to insist from now on that my partner gives me our expenses for the month, our payments for the month, summary. I thought that'd be great. It doesn't have to be major, but taking those baby steps to learn a bit about your cash flow, your profit and loss, financial reports, what those numbers are, because they will help you to make a difference. And planning now for your holidays this year, so you've got the cash flow to fund yourself through those holidays, that's what you need to be doing. That's where the magic that's where the magic is. Another client of mine who followed she followed some information I gave in a presentation, one of my speaking gigs, followed what I told the attendees to do. It was a workshop type of presentation. And she came back to me a year later and said, you know what, I did exactly what you told me to do. And for the first time over the holidays we've just had, I had the holidays, money still came in, I still paid the bills, and for the first time in many years in business, I didn't have to worry about money over the holidays, and I enjoyed my holiday break. How cool is that? Just with a little bit of education, with a little bit of time put into it. So what is your plan? What is your 2020 vision, that crystal clear vision for 2020 year? What is that for you? And I challenge you to put in there education. Education on numbers, perhaps education on marketing and sales, how to promote the business, how to get more clients in, how to close more sales, whatever it is that are the bits that don't really kind of work that well in your business. Find a way to learn more about them. Put that in amongst your vision for 2020. Learning is so important. Our world is changing so fast that it's just, it's hard to keep up, to be honest, with a lot of it. New technology all the time. My business manager is telling me now about, there's this new, better system on doing X that allows us more flexibility. We can do this, this, and this with it, which our current system doesn't. It's like, oh, wow, I didn't know. But luckily I have someone who's out there looking for some of that stuff for me so that we can stay on top of it as efficient as we can, always learning new things. And I just think that's part of growing as an individual, is continuing to learn. So look at, what are you going to learn this year? I put that as one of the things in your 2020 vision. I also would look in at, what are your financial goals? What do they look like? What holidays are you going to have? How are you going to not only fund the payment for the holiday, but how are you going to fund your business through the holidays? How are you going to make that work? What does that all look like? Because now it's a clean slate. I kind of think every day is a clean slate, but it's kind of nice when it's, the beginning of a new year to go, okay, how can I do things differently? What can I do better? What does that look like? And the more you visualize what it looks like, the more you write down what it looks like, the more you share what it looks like with your team, your family, your business colleagues, the relevant people that will sort of hold you to it a little bit, but also will come on board supporting you. So when you tell people what you want to do, it's amazing how suddenly things come your direction. How someone says, you need to talk to so-and-so because, I know you want to do X. You need to work with this person, or you need to talk to that person. It comes because you put it out there. So create your 2020 vision through the lens of your glasses, or not. If you don't have glasses, through your lens of your eyes, create that vision, visualize it, document it, share it, and let's make 2020 the best year we've ever had.